The mistake that shook the entire nation begins with one careless step. The sun hung high over Arlington National Cemetery, lighting the white marble stones with a glow that made the air feel sacred. Tourists whispered, steps slow, heads bowed. No one dared disturb the silence. No one, except Vanessa Caldwell. She wasn't a bad person. In fact, she was famous for charity drives, motivational talks in her massive online audience. But she also had a problem. She could not resist a dramatic shot. So when she arrived at the tomb of the unknown soldier for a patriotic reel, her eyes didn't see the solemn honor of the place. They saw a stunning background. Mia, her videographer friend, held up the phone. Okay, Ness, the lighting is perfect. Step forward a bit. But a posted sign stood clearly before her. Stay behind the line of respect. Vanessa hesitated. Just one step won't hurt anything. Mia bit her lip. Ness, that's the line. You sure? Vanessa smoothed her hair, straightened her jacket, and smiled confidently. It'll be fine. I'll just pose for 3 seconds. No one will even notice. She stepped forward. 1 foot over the line. 2 steps. 3. The tomb guard, a sentinel trained with absolute discipline, froze mid-march. His jaw tightened. His grip on the rifle changed. His polished shoes struck the stone with a sharp, echoing crack. Then came the voice. A voice trained to cut through storms. A voice that has silenced crowds instantly. Ma'am, it is requested that all visitors remain behind the line of respect. Gasps erupted around the courtyard. Vanessa's smile collapsed. Her heart thudded painfully. The camera shook in Mia's hands. The guard didn't move again until Vanessa, cheeks burning, stepped back, trembling with embarrassment. She didn't know it yet, but in the crowd, several phones had captured everything. The pose, the step, the command, the shock. Within minutes, the clips were online. Within an hour, they were everywhere. And by sundown, Vanessa Caldwell had committed the viral mistake that would change her life forever. Vanessa didn't even make it home before her phone began vibrating non-stop. At first, she thought it was just Mia sending the clip for editing. But then came the notifications. Ping, ping, ping. 37 new comments. 112 new mentions. 348 new tags. Her heart tightened. She opened her phone. A stranger had already posted the video, captioned, "Influencer thinks she's above the rules at the tomb of the unknown soldier." It had 200,000 views in under an hour. Already, Vanessa breathed. The comments hit harder than she expected. Unbelievably disrespectful. Clout over honor. Sad. People died so she could pose like a model? Wow, this is why we can't have nice things. Some were cruel, some were furious. Some were from veteran families who weren't just angry, they were hurt. Mia placed a hand on her shoulder. We need to get ahead of this. Just explain it was a mistake. Vanessa shook her head. No, if I post something now, it'll make it worse. But hiding made it worse anyway. Only 2 hours later, the video hit viral status. 2 million views. Hashtag respect the tomb trending. News outlets reposting the clip. Veteran organizations releasing statements. Brands quietly emailing her to review partnerships. Then someone posted a slowed down zoom in of her face as the tomb guard shouted the order. People analyzed the moment like it was a crime scene. And they weren't wrong to care. This was the most sacred memorial in the country. By sundown, her online reputation, built over 5 years of work, was collapsing in real time. Vanessa sat on her couch, stunned, phone still buzzing in her shaken hands. I didn't mean to disrespect anyone, she whispered. But intention didn't matter anymore. The nation saw her step past the line, but no one yet knew the truth. This mistake wasn't just embarrassing. It was about to change her entire life. Vanessa barely slept. The comment sections kept flooding. Her email was imploding. Her name had been added to 2 different top viral disrespect compilations. By morning, the world had made its judgment. She didn't just break a role, she broke trust. Mia arrived at her apartment with 2 coffees and a look of deep concern. "You haven't said anything publicly," she said gently. "People think you don't care." Vanessa rubbed her temples. "I do care, but anything I post now will look fake or defensive or—" "Then don't post an apology," Mia interrupted. "Post a change." Before Vanessa could ask what that meant, Mia pulled out her phone. "I talked to someone, a veteran. He knows a former tomb guard who agreed to meet you." Vanessa blinked. "Why would he meet me after all this?" "Because," Mia said softly, "some people want you to understand before you're destroyed." Later that afternoon, Vanessa stood at the cemetery entrance again, not for content, but for consequence. Waiting for her was Sergeant Cole Henderson, tall, firm, expression carved from marble. His uniform was impeccable. His presence, even without a rifle, was commanding. "You're the one from the video," he said. Vanessa lowered her head. "Yes, I'm here to learn, not defend myself." Cole studied her a moment. Then he turned and led her along the path. They walked past endless rows of perfectly aligned white headstones. Vanessa's steps slowed as realization formed. Every stone carried a story. Every stone carried a sacrifice. Every stone deserved silence, the kind that she had broken. Then they stood again before the tomb of the unknown soldier. The guard marched with absolute precision, every step identical, every movement practiced until flawless. "You see that?" Cole said. "That walk continues in the freezing cold, in thunderstorms, in heat waves. It continued on 9/11 even when the sky was filled with smoke." Vanessa's chest tightened. "I didn't know," she whispered. "That's the problem," Cole said. "No one taught you the history, so you treated this place like a background instead of a battlefield memorial." His voice lowered. "When you crossed that line, you didn't just break a rule. You broke the silence we protect for those who can't speak anymore." Vanessa wiped at her eyes, ashamed. "I want to make this right, but I don't know how." Cole finally looked at her, really looked at her. "Then sit," he said, pointing to a stone bench. "Stay through an entire changing of the guard ceremony. Watch every step, every command, every moment. Then you'll know what comes next." Vanessa obeyed. She sat in complete silence, and for the first time, she understood why that silence mattered. Vanessa sat on the cold stone bench, hands folded tightly in her lap. The world around her felt distant, like she'd stepped out of her life and into someone else's. Ahead of her, the tomb guard marched. 21 steps, a pause. 21 seconds, a pivot. Then the same flawless sequence again. Every movement was deliberate, every breath controlled, every inch of her posture carved with quiet reverence. And then it hit her. Not like a slap, not like embarrassment, like a weight. Heavy, earned, sacred. These soldiers weren't performing. They were guarding the memory of those who never returned home, those whose names were lost but whose courage endured. Her chest tightened, her vision blurred. She covered her mouth to muffle her sob. Cole stepped quietly beside her. "Now you understand," he said softly. Vanessa nodded, tears spilling freely. I disrespected this place, and I didn't even know what I was disrespecting. Cole looked at her, not with anger, but with a stern sort of compassion. Most people don't, but ignorance doesn't erase impact. The internet won't forgive you easily. Veterans won't forgive you quickly. And the families here, he gestured to the rows of graves. They may never know your name, but they felt your mistake. Vanessa wiped her eyes, shaking. Tell me what I can do. I'll do anything. Cole crossed his arms. You can't undo the mistake, but you can show growth. He paused. And you can use your platform not for excuses, but for education. Vanessa swallowed hard. I'm ready. Then there's one more thing you need to do.